Transformers issue number 8. And first of all, I just want to thank everyone who's been enjoying these videos. All your encouraging words as I change the channel over, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares, all that stuff, even the super thanks. I know I haven't gotten to them all, but thank you. But let me tell you something about this issue. You guys thought Starscream was savage in the first issue. I gotta tell you, man, Soundwave is worse, okay? Soundwave is taking control of the Decepticons and he is not playing games. You're gonna find out in this issue. Let's get into it. We begin with Carly and Spike having a moment here with RC. Carly's like, hey, I just wanted to get you out to clear your head. My gosh, so much have happened. These giant robots have killed both our dads and maybe we can get them back. And Spike corrects her. He's like, my dad wasn't killed. He gave himself up to help others. And then he looks at her and says, just like Jimmy, a reference to his brother. You can still see Carly is still furious and angry as to what happened. And Cliffjumper shows up. And Carly wants nothing to do with Cliffjumper. You can see he's happy to see Spike. Cliffjumper's like, I don't want nothing to do with him. Stay out of it. And Spike is like, he saved your life. You know, and she's like, no, he could have killed Starscream. I don't know why he didn't do it. Starscream killed his friend, killed my father. You see Cliffjumper remember Bumblebee, and Carly just walks away angry while Cliffjumper puts his head down and Spike consoles him. And then we get to Cybertron and you see Elita 1 carrying the body of Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is still alive and he is begging to be killed. He doesn't want to be alive anymore. He's been tortured for 150 years and he's like, I can't live anymore. I want this to end. And Elita 1's like, I promise I'm going to get those that did this to you, please. And just walking off with the body of Ultra Magnus carrying him. What the heck has happened to Ultra Magnus here? What is going on? This is crazy. Then we go back to Earth in the Pacific Ocean. And we have the Decepticons landing on this aircraft carrier. And they're just like causing all kinds of havoc, right? They're just getting the humans out of there because obviously Soundwave wants this for whatever resources. And then we have this weird moment with Thundercracker. Thundercracker grabs the captain. Captain tries to shoot him, does absolutely nothing. And then Thundercracker has a change of heart, right? A moral moment where instead of squishing the humans, he sets them down and he's like, just be on your way. He looks over to Starscream, and as you can see in this image here, everyone on the Star Destroyer is now in the water, all the humans. And he goes, they can't really hurt us anymore, leader. And Soundwave says, this is true. They are pathetic, but they will tell their superiors about what transpired here, and there can be no witnesses. And Thundercracker's like, but wait. Soundwave is regrettable, but necessary, and destroys all the humans. And people thought Starscream was bad when he squished Carly's dad. Soundwave wipes out everybody in one blast. And he's not done this episode. He's not done being savage. We now get back to the arc where Wheeljack is still having some issues with Skywarp, who's basically in the computer. And Wheeljack's like getting frustrated with him. And Optimus Prime says, listen, have a little patience with him. Look what the Decepticons did to him and let that be a reminder of who they really are, right? And then Carly comes in with a rocket launcher, still just filled with rage and anger, not thinking clearly, points it at Skywarp, and Prime is trying to talk her down, saying, hey, don't do this. We need him alive so we can bring back the others. And then Carly's like, what am I doing? And she accidentally pulls the trigger to blow up Teletran 1, which means the Autobots can't come back. You see RC jump in front of the missile and take the brunt of it. And Carly's like, What did you do that for? Why? Why are you doing this? And then for some strange reason, Skywarp rebuilds Wheeljack's legs, and Prime is trying to have a conversation with Carly, saying, listen, I know you're upset, you're angry, and Carly's just not having it. She's like, what am I supposed to do? Just wait around and get squished? And she's just so filled with anger. And she's like, I'm done with you guys. And she just walks off and goes back to her van. And RC shows up. And RC is trying to have a moment with Carly, trying to explain, trying to help her. But Carly's not seeing it. You know, she doesn't quite understand. Then RC talks about Optimus Prime, saying, listen, his losses could fill a chasm, but he never speaks on it. I love this. Again, the true nature of Optimus Prime being shown in this comic series, and I love it. We then get back to the Decepticons and Soundwave explaining why he's a better leader than Starscream. Basically saying Starscream had no plan. He just wanted violence. He goes, I got a plan. And this is the first part of it. And look what he had the Constructicons doing. Reviving, bringing out of the depths, the Nemesis, the Decepticons ship, the ship that was chasing the Ark all those years ago. Soundwave has brought it back, and everyone is happy, like, oh my gosh, it's our home. We're back. We immediately go back to Prime. And it looks like Prime was like either taking a nap or whatever, but he was having a dream. Again, he's getting the visions of Sparkplug, of like his family and things like that, because I guess his essence is in the Matrix, and now Prime is starting to see this in his dreams. And he doesn't know how to handle that. We don't know why that's going on, but he's trying to figure out, like, what in the world is happening to me? And then Optimus Prime enters the next room and he says, welcome back, Jetfire. Jetfire is back, but they couldn't completely repair him. He is stuck in his jet mode and he can't really see. He's like, everything's dark. He's a little upset as to why they brought him back. And Prime was explaining there's a little bit of a spark left in you. And Prime is just like, I feel like I'm not doing anything right. Everybody's upset. And Jetfire's angry that he's back. But then Prime is like, I'm sorry, my friend. I will leave you. And Jetfire's like, no, don't leave me. It's dark. And Prime comes back and he goes, I will sit with you for a while. We then get back to the Decepticons entering the Nemesis, and they hear a large bang. And Thundercracker's like, no way. It can't be. You don't think he's here, right? This person must have escaped, right? And the banging is getting louder, and Soundwave's like, apparently not. Open the doors. And here we have our first appearance of Astro Train, and he's screaming, where is he? Immediately goes after Thundercracker, slams him on the ground, and he's screaming, where is he? Tell me where he is. Soundwave is looking at him saying, we don't know. And Astro Train is just going crazy, kicking down Thundercracker. He's like, I will tear his fuel lines from their tanks. I will drink the energon from his core. And he is talking about Megatron. He wants to fight and destroy Megatron. Soundwave's like, I cannot give you information I don't have. And Astro Train, you better swear you don't know. You better swear it. And he says, listen, I'll make a deal with you. When we find him, I swear Megatron will be yours to do with as you will. Soundwave being savage. Like, go ahead, do whatever you got to do. Kill the leader. Oh, man, this is insane, man. It's so intense. I didn't know Soundwave had it in him. He's always been the faithful servant, you know? But here we are showing who he really is, and I love it. We then go back to the Ark, and Wheeljack says, something just woke up, something from Cybertron, and Prime is like, it's the Decepticons. We know where they are. Let's go get them. Now, he has no idea what's going on. He has no idea that Soundwave is in charge or anything like that, that they're getting reinforcements, that Astro Train is back, that the Nemesis has been woken up. And so he's like, we're taking everyone we can. and we're heading out. We're going to crush them once and for all. Then Carly again shows up and is like, I'm going to fight too, still filled with anger. And Prime is like, no, you can't go. You're not a warrior. And then RC, she said, listen, what if Carly becomes my iron apprentice? And Prime is like, we've never done that with that kind before. And she's like, I know, but I'm willing to try. So then Carly accepts, because if this could get her into the fight, she's willing to do whatever it takes. Prime then says, okay, for your first duty, you stay behind, watch over Spike. We're going to get into Jetfire. We're going to head out. We're going to try to take care of this. Jetfire can't see. Cliffjumper's flying him, and they're heading out. We get back to the Decepticons, and look at Soundwave sitting on the throne. He's like, man, this ship will never fly again. We don't have that much energon. I got to call in some reinforcements. And you hear Soundwave ? Is that you? And we see Shockwave right at the end, looking at Soundwave. And that is the end of the issue. So much has happened in this issue. Again, Soundwave being savage. We got to see Ultra Magnus being tortured for years. Carly, Spike, there's so much happening in this issue. I can't wait to get to the next one. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We're trying to get caught up here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. But what an issue. They just get better and better and better. This is Jay, and we'll catch you next time.